there, I'm Tor and I am back for more arty shenanigans. So let's answer a question I get asked quite frequently. And I'm just gonna jump straight in there. So let's talk Copics, guys. And the most common lead-on question, where do I start? If it's possible, try some with a friend. Some shops allow you to sample the pens before you buy, but that's not always the case, so be sure to ask before you just whip the caps off and have a go. If not, don't worry, you can always try these suckers. Packs include, but are not limited to, skin tones, and also there are also packs of greys, which are fantastic for building up when you are, just starting out. And they are of course 100% blendable with each other because they are all made with that beautiful ink. The lead-on question to this though is, do I go chow or sketch? So chows are definitely cheaper. There are less colours available and they do have a round barrel which can sometimes cause some rolling. The sketches can be costly. The oval barrel makes for less rolling. They have all the colours available and you can see their cap numbers on the end, which is really useful. So chow and sketch both have in common the fact that they are refillable. They have replaceable nibs for when they get damaged. They both have the same brush nib, so if you're thinking the nibs are any different, they are not. And of course, I've said before, they are all blendable. So my very first sketch set were these skin tones because I thought that's a really good place to start. I would have, however, had these two, if money wasn't an issue. You can also get starter colour packs in sizes 36 and 72, but I definitely didn't have that sort of money to throw at it. And probably if you're starting out, you'll probably be in the same sort of boat as I was and not really sure if, you even liked the pens to begin with. So this is what a Copic colour chart looks like in all of its A4 glory that I have there. So you will notice there are loads of different colours on here. They have loads of different families. So we've got blue violets, violets, reds, yellow reds, yellows, yellow greens, blue greens, blues, earths, cool tones, toners, neutrals, warms and fluorescents, as well as your standard black, super black and blender. You will notice that there are so many of some colours that they go over. And if you notice, there are 358 varying colours and they are always adding more. So this collection isn't about to get smaller anytime soon, which is beautiful. What I am now showing you now, however, is Sandy Allnock's hex chart. I really hope I said your name right, which shows all of the colours in all of their as close as possible glory in a way that will show you, say you've got that pen, an E50 there, and you want to blend it out somehow. This will show you roughly how it will look. Always swatch test. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Always swatch though before you go ahead and colour. You don't want to do me and just line up something you really love on this fantastic paper and go in with some pens that you think will blend and then really regret it, because most of us have been there. Please learn from the people like me and just don't do it. So you can buy this hex chart from Sandy Allnock herself. She also offers a range of Copic classes if that's what you're into. I'm personally self-taught because that's what I like, and here is my version of the hex chart. No, I do not have all those colours, you must be insane. That's thousands of pounds worth of pens, so here is not thousands of pounds worth of pens. Whew, that's always good. So you'll see that I've got fluorescence there. It's a bit patchy, I might get some more pens eventually, but I'm quite happy with my packs that I've got at the moment, which is A, B, D, Skin, 12 set E, and eclectic chows that I've picked up. You will also notice that the darker colours on the paper, I've had to use a gel roll over the top so you can see their colour reference. And to be honest, I use this chart a lot, and I've learnt from other people who keep their chart out in the sunlight, it does get affected by the light eventually. Eventually, that is a big thing, so I keep the pad closed. So what I'm showing you now is a swatch test of one of the papers that I use quite regularly, just to show you, even though you can see that these things blend together via this hex chart, do double check. Some of them are a little bit dodge. It might be that some of the inks are a little bit more closer to the Zero Colours blender and they push the darker ones around, and that's just what they're designed to do. To be honest, it's how they blend. Just be mindful of how you colour don't saturate it too hard. Okay, just a little top tip there. Always keep a reference of what you're using as well, because if you have to stop for some reason, go answer the phone, answer the door, you know, people get distracted. And yeah, so you'll see I'm pointing to Y06, Y08, and you can see that they are the colours that I actually used on the Party Pets one. So this is my Party Pet swatch. So before I threw the swatch away, I thought it'd be pretty handy just to show you kind of what's going on in my head as I'm choosing colours. So that swatch I just showed you is one of the pieces of paper that I had left over from Inktober, and it's one of my favourite non-expensive Copic papers. I would say it's Copic friendly, but there is some feathering, you just got to watch out for it. It's not heavy, it's not like it's printer paper or anything, but yeah, if you can get your hands on it, it's pretty good to try. I bought mine from gosh, where was it? Hobbycraft, and it's called Crafter's Companion. There is a US version website, sorry, there is a US website and a UK website, which I will show you, which is lovely. So that was British size A4, which is pretty handy because there are some papers out there that can only be delivered to you in US sizes, which is inches and is different. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You can set up printers to cope with it, you can get frames to cope with it, it's just what you get used to as you're growing up, and obviously I'm from the UK and I got used to it. Then next, and you can see I put my I put a sticky note over it because I love it so much, is Express It blending card. It's fantastic for Copics, it's one of my absolute favourites. You can blend to your heart's content with this beastie bad boy, but I'm a bit precious about it because it's so expensive, and you'll see that I haven't used as much of it here. No way, I'm saving it for pieces I think I might do well with. But yes, this is one of those ones where it's an American size and it's basically just shorter in height. There's not too much difference in width, and yes, it's definitely good with Copics. I mean, try it with other types of alcohol based pens if you want to. They will react with that paper in much the same way, really. So my next paper is this marker pad here. Now, this is an A3 version of it. You can get A4. I think you can get A2 as well. I'm not sure on that. Now, what I've found in my life so far is that marker paper are usually about the same no matter what brand you get. I will show you an embarrassing drawing that I did when I was all excited about getting my first set of skin tones. Now, I was in a rush to get out, okay? Disclaimer, I was in a hurry. But this is my cat version of myself. It was in the summer, I was wearing a tank top, so I thought I'd draw her in a tank top. And I had a thing for cat ears, so I gave her cat ears, and I had brown hair. So you can see where this is coming from. I was just excited, I wanted to play with it. You will notice that this ink did not go through the paper, and it, you know, didn't run onto the paper behind it, it didn't bleed out. For that, this stuff is brilliant. However, there is a limitation to how much you can blend the colours together because there is a coating on the back. It's only so thick, so it's not going to be as absorbent as other cards and papers, which can be a bit of an issue if you want to get that smooth blend. I personally use this pad more for getting down ideas or for line work only and then scan it in. That is pretty much what I use it for. I wouldn't recommend it personally for anyone who has a similar style to me. It just doesn't work. But yeah, idea making, line work making, it's perfect, just because you can guarantee you're not going to get marker all over your table. So even though the blend quality isn't as great, I would still recommend that style of pad. It doesn't have to be a Graphics Direct one, it could be a Copic one, it could be any other brand you like. But like most things, guys, do try it. Do not rule it out because I think it's not great for blending. Do give it a try. Everyone has their little nitty-gritty complaints with everything, so yes. there is that. So before I do an example of how things blend, I will show you one more that I absolutely love, and it's this bad boy. This is my multimedia pad, and I have this in the A3 and the A4 because I love it so much. It is a really good weight for accepting inks from alcohol-based pens. It's got a good tooth for pencils. It really captures the lead from charcoals. It's a general all-round beauty. It can take paint, it can take acrylic, maybe not so much watercolour, there is some buckling. However, it can take it as long as you don't absolutely drench the thing. And as you can see, it's basically shouting out the different things it can take. Okay, so that's lovely. I personally use this pad quite often. It's pretty much my go-to pad no matter what job I have, whether it's a character design for myself or a commission from someone that wants a new logo or they just want to look at their branding again. So like I mentioned earlier, these Copics are, which I'm about to show you, are really good as gifts or as a beginner taster. They really help you build your collection, and in here, thank you very much to Mr. Finamagic who got me these, who has also featured in previous videos and probably will again. These pens are awesome, okay? That liner, you will love that liner. Well, I did. And I didn't even have a clue about liners at the time when I originally got them, probably 8, maybe 9 or 10 years ago when I first tried Copics. Back when I thought Copics were like a felt tip, and that's how you make pretty, I don't know, bubble text. Ugh, it's so cringy. Why did I use them for that? It's just so shameful. So most of my old chows are as dry as a bone because I have used them so much. So yeah, these things are good stocking fillers, they're good gifts. Generally, I would praise these little packs of chows. They're a really good way of introducing people to these Copics and helping people grow who they are and what they do. What I found was quite funny was you could actually hold one of the new chows and one of my old chows, which is the same as the one there, and you can feel the difference in the barrel. That one was absolutely dry and I could really do with the refill, so I'm really glad there's a replacement for that one. So yeah, the pens that you get provided in these packs are a 0.3. My last one was used so much that the actual writing down the side of the barrel had rubbed off and the ink was dry. That is how much I love these pens. So for you now, I will get some swatching done here so you can have a first glimpse, and I would recommend doing this also for when you are in shops. They might give you a little piece of paper. If not, take some of your own. Definitely try. Okay, so when you're trialing, you're going to want to choose 2 colours that are in the same colour family or in the same colour blending family. Like you can see on my swatch, you want to try and get a kind of smooth blend. So for this, I will show you a blend. Oh, what is happening to my camera? You want to have a blend of, you know, just try on different papers, try different pens. I'll just show you 2. One on my marker paper and one on my paper from Hobbycraft, the Crafter's Companion one. So what you're going to want to do is start with the lighter tone first, build one from one side and flick it across. I'm sorry guys about the camera, I really don't know what was happening with it wobbling around. I will try and fix that. Little confession, I climbed on my desk and slightly broke it. Mental note to anybody out there, don't climb on your desk to clean the window. Just, you know, I'm blonde, I'm gonna pass it off as blonde. But yeah, the desk is fine, it just slightly put out the rigging, so I'm in the process of trying to get that back. However, yes, so you're building from light to dark. So once you've got your light down, while it's still wet, build in the dark side. So what you're seeing is E00 being coloured in. That's great. Saturate that paper, it's important, okay? Then flip over to your dark, meet it in the middle and pull it out. You're going to want to run just a little bit over what you've previously done, and then use your lighter Copic. Wow, that really is wobbling. I really apologise. Oh dear. Well, we're only human. And you drag it across. Now what you can see there is that marker paper doesn't want to blend. There is a very clear line division between your light E00 and your medium E11, okay? That is something to watch out for. This is what I was commenting on earlier. So now let's try the medium grade Hobbycraft paper, Crafter's Companion. Actually, I would call it probably a bit higher than medium grade, even though there is some feathering. So build in now your darker E11, and you can see already there is a vast improvement, and we haven't even gone back in to push the ink around. So that's all you need to know, except for you see that Hobbycraft, as I pulled that paper down, the Crafter's Companion one, leaves residue. It has no coating on the back, which means the ink bleeds. So even though it's great at blending, just be very aware you will get ink on your table or whatever it is you are colouring on. So yeah, Crafter's Companion bleeds. That is the same with most other papers that I've tried. And the marker paper, if I just flip this over for you, you will notice that there is no contamination onto the next paper, which is why I was fine not putting anything behind it. You can see there is a plastic coating on there, and it just stops that pen from going through. It's also what hinders the blending, but you know, you can't win everything. You can try, you just won't. Something I learnt the hard way for you. So if you're new to Copics, I will just show you the ends of the caps as well. You will notice on the chows there isn't actually any kind of referencing. You just get the colour of the cap itself, whereas the sketches you do get the numbers and the colour reference, which when they're on the side are actually really important. And actually, another top tip while I'm here, always keep your Copics stored flat, not upwards, so the ink doesn't run one side to the other. It just makes the pen last longer. It helps both nibs stay moist, so if you want to use the chisel nib you can. So yeah, quick recap. Your chows are cheaper, your sketches are more expensive. The sketches have numbers on the end, the chows do not. Keep your markers sideways. When blending, start with the paler colour, which is opposite when painting. So yeah, paler to dark and feather it across. So just go and give it a go. It's pretty awesome and pretty addictive. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Like if you liked and sub if you haven't. Just keep doodling. Bye!